Well, the first thing I would say is don't buy stocks. I mean, individual stocks. Okay. Now, Nadia said we're all about investing and we're looking long term. But the reason why I don't suggest single stocks for beginners is because investing is an emotional game.
I
Okay.
agree.
And when you're playing with your money, especially the hard earned money that you're making somewhere else and putting that into the market, it's an emotional game you're playing. And usually, when it comes to beginners, I can speak for myself when I first started. The first stock that I ever bought was not based on fundamental analysis and researching and really knowing the ins and out of the company before I invested. I invested it because of FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. I invested it because one of my friends told me that it was a good time to get in. That's the reason why I did that. And when you do that, you're actually investing in an emotional way because if something happens with that stock and it goes down a little bit, you start questioning your decisions because you don't really have a solid foundation of the reason why you actually bought the stock in the first place, right? So you're going to deal with everything on emotions. You're going to buy based on emotions and you're going to buy it at the wrong time mostly. And then you're going to sell based on emotions and you're going to sell at the wrong time, especially when you're dealing with single stocks.
Now, I would agree with that. Like when you're a beginner, you already have a lot of things going against you when you start trying to invest on your own. You don't know a lot of the jargon that they're using in investing. You don't know what to do. And you're also adding to the fear of losing your money potentially, right? So when you focus on individual stock, there's a lot of things you have to monitor. And now we're in such an environment that any piece of news can affect the stock price of any company wildly right now. It could be anything from what new product they put out versus someone getting a negative review because an employee said the wrong thing to them, and it could take your stock prices. There's so many things that can affect it that you don't need that kind of like potential to risk your money in the market than when you're beginning, right? So one of the things I think people should start doing when they start investing is look at index funds. I can tell you right now, like Nicole said, you probably start investing on a stock because someone told you about it. I've never lost more money than buying a stock based on some tip someone gave to me, right? When you look at investing in index funds, you get more bang for your money. Because when you're starting to invest on your own, you're not going to go in with thousands of dollars. You're going to start small. But if you're starting small, you want to make sure you get as much diversity and much bang for the money that you're putting in there so it can grow for you and encourage you to start investing more. So I think index funds is a better place for people to start than starting with stocks if they're beginning to invest on their own.
Yeah, I mean, another reason why I believe beginners should not invest in stocks first is because it's not cost effective,
It
right?
isn't. No.
Just to get into the stock market, the first thing you need to do is feel comfortable putting your money in.
Yep.
And it's very a very rare person that's able to say, I'm gonna put 10,000 right away into the market and they never invested before. Okay. So if you're gonna go into one of these high flying stocks and you're willing to make the first investment, every stock that you hear about in the news, I can guarantee is probably over $100, right?
Yeah.
And for it to move the needle when it comes to making money for you, you either have to get in early, or you have to get in at the right time, right? So if you're already hearing it on the news, I can tell you're not early. Okay. So in order to get on the right time, like Nadia was saying, if you're following if the ones that are so exciting right now, they're considered what I would say the prettiest girl in the room or the best looking guy in the room. Okay, and everybody's looking at them. But the immediate time, whenever you notice something, a little flaw in them, they're very susceptible to that next earnings report, right?
Yeah.
Especially companies that don't provide a dividend, companies that the only way you make money on them is to buy low and sell high.
Yep.
If they don't have a good quarter, if they come up with some earnings that's not good, something happens in the news based on one product that they made, the negative impact that it can have on that one company that was used to be the belle of the ball can be devastating. Whereas you don't have to do that if you're looking at index funds, right?
Yep.
One, like I said, is cost effective. You could take the same $100 that you're using to go for that one company and you can actually put it in an index fund and actually get a little bit of a bunch of different companies with the same amount of money. So therefore, you're not really so susceptible to
Or
large
dependent.
tanking your investment, and which is
Exactly.
something you really don't want to happen when you're beginning in investing.
Now, I want to say also, when you're starting to invest, right? I'm going to use a football analogy. I'm not a big football person, but I think more people understand this and it's easier for beginners to understand. When you are going to invest, right? Your goal is to stay in the market as long as possible. Now, how do you stay in the market as long as possible? You stay in it by not getting scared and keeping your money invested in things that are growing for you. And over time, they'll continue to grow more. And hopefully, you get some dividends off of it if you're buying the dividend paying security, right? And index funds can pay dividends. My thing is this: if you get scared and you lose money on an individual stock, you're going to most likely leave out of the stock market, stop investing, get shy away from putting your money in it. That has happened to countless people, right? When you start looking at other instruments, and when I say instruments, other types of investments that you can invest in, you can start saying, okay, I can stay and keep my money in the stock market longer so that I can build wealth. Now, when you're doing that, let's say you're playing football. You're looking at, okay, how can I make a first down? How can I make another first down? How can I keep going until I eventually hit that touchdown? For us, that touchdown is building long term wealth, potentially becoming a millionaire in the market, learning how to keep your money in the market so it's growing for you. Now, when you're playing with individual stocks and you're looking at just like, say, day trading, or you're looking like, how quickly can I get in and out of? Most likely, you're looking for, if you want to play football, you're throwing a Hail Mary, right? Most games are not won on Hail Marys. Games are won by people running those first downs and getting those touchdowns. Very rarely are you winning a game throwing a Hail Mary. So if they don't do that in football, why would you do that with your own money?
So let me tell you the
I see
reason
it.
why, Nadia, I think many people like to think that they have to get into single stocks just to call themselves investors is because many believe that making money in the stock market means that you have to gamble,
Yeah.
right? Now, there's different ways that you can make money when it comes to stocks or investments in general, right? One, I mentioned it before, is to buy low, sell high. There's also dividends where you don't have to sell at all. You can just wait, hold that security, and
Yep.
making money. And that's not just for individual stocks. You can make it on index funds, ETFs as well, and even mutual funds. And then you can do a combination of both, which is the best of both worlds. So, in order for you to make money, does not mean you have to gamble, okay? Just like you don't have to go to Las Vegas and play the slot machines. The best odds in the house is the craps table. So, you want
Actually,
to
it
give
is the
yourself,
craps table.
you want to give yourself the best odds of winning. And the way you give yourself the best odds of winning is not going by a single stock, is by using the other things that they have available in the market for you to actually make money on. So, the first thing you have to understand is what is the point of investing? Is it to gamble or is it to actually invest? Everybody thinks they're a genius when the stock market goes up and that stock that you pick goes up, right? And everybody tells you when to buy, but no one tells you when to sell. Okay? But then when that stock goes down, you got to have some faith in your decision. As beginners, there's other skills you need to learn
Hmm.
before you start putting your money in single stocks and putting a lot of money into single stocks. Now, there's ways to buy single stocks at a small amount of money, but if you're talking about things that are going to move the needle, you got to learn some skills. And once you learn the skills of how to research a stock, how to understand when you're supposed to buy and when you're supposed to sell, until you have that system, it's better for you to focus on funds instead. Guys, we used to work at Goldman. We
Yeah.
used to be on the trading desk. That's what we did for a living, guys. Had all the systems, all the screens. I'm using
Yep.
one screen now. I used to have three
I used to
screens.
have four
And
screens. Yeah, we went down
okay,
to this one screen.
guys, you have no idea who you playing against. Okay? If you trying to trade, you don't have any idea if someone's spending 9 hours, 10, 12 hours a day focusing on one thing, one particular part of the market, and then
Yep.
focusing on one particular stock. You are playing a different game. You are a 5 year old going against Olympians.
Now, here's the deal. If you want to build wealth, you cannot build wealth without investing, right? So if you're going to invest, like Nicole said, make the odds in your favor, right? You have to invest. But if you're saying, look, I want to invest, I don't know how, like I said before, don't add the extra bulk of having to start monitoring systems, having to start monitoring stocks and companies to, to make you say, okay, I'm shutting down. This is too overwhelming for me. And you push it off. And then next you know, 10 years have passed and you still haven't done it. And you're like, oh, I should have invested years ago. Okay. You have to invest. And one of the easiest ways that we found to invest is by investing in the stock market. Just because it's called the stock market does not mean you have to invest in stocks. Okay. But it's one of the easiest ways to build your wealth and one of the less time intensive activities I have found in order to have my money working for me. So with that, guys, we hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get a notification on when we're on, and share this with someone you care about. Okay, and we'll see you in the next one.